Hi, and welcome everyone to the Breathe Your Way podcast. I'm Alexandra, and this is a podcast where I talk about breathing and meditation, and I interview guests that inspire me along my way, and hopefully you leave feeling inspired as well. Today, I am so thrilled and grateful to welcome my new friend, Sam Bagshaw. Welcome, Sam.
Hi, thank you for having me on.
Yeah. And as we always do, we're going to start the podcast with a little bit of a breathing pause for everyone. So I will invite all of you listening or watching this to take a little moment to take this chance to breathe with us and land inside the moment. So for a little moment, just close your eyes and take a big deep breath with me. And exhale through your mouth. And just keep your eyes closed and focus your attention for a second on the fact that you're breathing. And see if you can relax your body for a moment. It is so easy to get carried away and stressed by this world. There's so many things we want to do, so many things we want to experience, so many things we want to say. And it's so important that we take little breaks every day to just breathe and remember that the most important thing we can do is just be present where we actually are with our bodies. And remember that every time you feel stressed, you can just come back to breathing, and the stress will calm itself down ever so slightly. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes again and come back to this podcast, to this moment. So welcome again to you, Sam. It's great having you here. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, been really looking forward to talking with you.
Yeah, me too. And for anyone who's listening to this, would you like to say a few words about, first of all, how you're feeling today? It's a Saturday, it's a beautiful day, but how are you feeling? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, so I am feeling really good.
Yeah.
I try my best to feel as confident as I can do and not let my nerves get to me. I do have a stammer, so I like to make videos helping and inspiring people and just show that it's not going to stop me from doing anything.
Yeah. And thank you for that. The reason that I really wanted to have you as a guest on this podcast is that you inspire me so much, Sam. I have been following you on social media for some months now. And you know how it is with social media, it just pops up. All of a sudden, you're there. And I have to say that every time I watch one of your videos, I'm really moved I'm really touched. I feel so inspired, and I know that so many other people do as well. So I just want to start off by congratulating you on what you are now doing on social media.
Yeah, thank you for the support.
Mm. Yeah, so just a little bit more information about you, Sam. You have, as you said, a stammer, and what you're doing is that you're spreading awareness of what this is like, and you're inspiring people to not let that stop you and let that stop them. So do you want to share with us a little bit about when did you decide to start posting about this on social media? And also, like, would you like to explain specifically what you do mostly? Because you have one video that you do again and again in different variations.
Well, when I first started going on social media, I want to see if other people do make videos about their experiences having a stammer, and I did see that other people do. I saw all the really nice comments and how the videos are helping them. I just wanted to give it a try. I want to see if me posting videos will really help me, and if I will be able to help other people with my videos as well. And I'm just actually really happy that I did start making videos, because I could have easily avoided it, because I might have been a bit too nervous and I didn't know what people were going to be like in the comments and stuff. So yeah, I'm just really happy that I've just kept on carrying on making videos. And yeah, so I do all sorts of kind of videos. I like to do a lot of ordering videos, go into cafes and restaurants, because I know people can find hard to do, where they will get someone else to do the ordering from and talking from. So I like to show that I'm doing that on my own, and I do a lot of drive-through videos because people can find them hard, because it is a lot more easier to go inside, and when they've got the screens where you can just pick things that you want.
Oh yeah. So you
You don't have to stop people.
purposely choose to go through the drive-throughs, because then you have to talk.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that what's so striking to me, oh, it's not striking actually, but what is really apparent to me is that every single one of your videos, Sam, when I purposely go on the comment section because it uplifts me so much to see what you're doing and how it's touching people. Because you've got thousands of followers, and so many people are commenting on your videos saying, like, I'm cheering for you. I love your work. I love what you're doing. And what it tells me is that it touches us to see how brave you are, Sam. But not only that you're brave, I just want to also say that what's really apparent to me is that you have such a big heart. and you've got such a lovely personality. And imagine if you didn't make this video, if you kept yourself, as you said, you could have easily avoided doing these things. But you chose to do that. Well done, Sam.
Yeah, and I'm really happy that ever since I've started making videos, I've heard from people that I've inspired them to start making videos as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so everyone should go on Sam's Instagram or TikTok and watch his videos, obviously. But so what you do is you order at a cafe or a restaurant, and you also walk up to people on the street and just introduce yourself and say hi. And I think that that's also so wonderful, because in a world that's become so technologically driven, I find that we're actually really scared of talking to people on the street. I recently had a guest on my podcast. It's a Norwegian episode, but it's from a lady who decided 6 years ago to sit down on a bench in parks and just talk to people. And she's written a book about it, and it's really beautiful. And her experience is that what she's saying is that there aren't actually hardly anyone, who doesn't appreciate being talked to and being seen and being said hello to. But somehow I think that we forget that. I think that we think that we're bothering people, or like that it's a strange thing to do. But I think it's really inspiring that you're doing that. And both for people who do have a stammer or any other things that might be stopping them, but also for anyone else who just is, we need to connect to each other, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Because I don't know, when I go up to people, I don't know how they're going to react. So I like to show that in the video. And for every single person that I've gone up and talked to, everyone's been really nice. And there's quite a lot of people that I do have quite a long conversation with them.
Is it?
So it just shows that people are happy to talk. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so nice. So you were saying that, for example, ordering at a restaurant, it's something that I would imagine that when you grew up with your parents, maybe, or people around you might, take the orders for you because it was just easier. How do you want to talk a little bit about that, and like, how did that make you feel when you didn't get the chance to do that yourself?
Well, I did feel at the time that it does make me feel more comfortable if someone does do it for me, because that's when I didn't have the confidence, and I used to try and hide my stammer, so people didn't know that I find it hard to talk, and I was a bit nervous to show it if I did do the ordering myself, because I didn't know what they would think if it was taking a bit too long, or if they did see me struggling a lot, they might not know what's going on. So that's why I would let other people do it for me. But as I've got more older, I've had the confidence where I started off with having my family around me and friends, and I was doing the order myself then, because then I would still have their support if I did need it.
Mm.
After I
Yeah.
did that a few times, I had the confidence to go to a cafe on my own, where,
Mm.
where if I did struggle, I didn't have anyone to support me, but I like to show that I'm still managed to get through it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's really
yeah.
good. Yeah. And something I thought about as well was that also I have a really good friend of mine who I used to live with for a couple of years in a flat share, and he has a stammer. And what it taught me is that we kind of, we think that we have to keep a certain tempo in a conversation, but actually,
Yeah.
I find it really nice that I can just relax. I don't have to I don't have to try to finish your sentences. I can just trust that you know what to say. You've already got that figured out. So I can just relax and enjoy the conversation and let it just happen. So that's my experience with it as well.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I like to try and get the awareness out there for
Mm.
people, because I do have a lot of people in the comments where they say that they do work as a waitress, and they said that this video is really helpful because if they ever come across someone who was finding out getting the words out, then by my videos, and they know like what's the best way to help that person,
Mm.
and just to let them be able to get their words out and say what they want.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think that's so helpful. Imagine if you didn't start making videos.
yeah.
It wouldn't be.
I think that if I didn't start making videos, I think I would still find the confidence a bit. I won't be as confident as I am now. So, yeah,
Mm. Yeah. And I think that another reason why this is so helpful is that in reality, everyone, every single one of us have things that we struggle with. Some of them you can see and some of them you can hear and notice, but a lot of it we can't really notice because it's in the way that we think. It's in our nervous system. Like, so many people are anxious. So many people are, in conversation with other people, we're wondering if we're really good enough or if we're saying the right things or doing the right things. And your videos just really show that it doesn't have to stop you. And I think that everyone has so much to learn from that because we're thinking that we have to keep a mask. But what your videos and the comments and the people that you connect with shows us is that when we actually just show how imperfect everyone is, that we actually are perfect in our ways, we are just the way we are. When we dare to show who we are, that's when we connect. That's when we make friends. That's when we discover, the beauty in each other, isn't it?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm. And I'm sure that you just get in touch with so many more people, and so many new things are going on in your life, I would presume, since you now connect in social media.
yeah. I do. I do always like to email places, or if places have got social media accounts, I do like to message them on that and try and organise it. If we're able to come down and do like an experience video, if
Mm.
if it is some if it is some kind of sport, like trying out a sport, and or if you want to go to the gym and have like a personal trainer, because I like to show that I know that some people might find it nervous going to the gym
Mm.
if you're running your own. So I do like to show that as well, that the people at the gym, they're always happy to help people that are starting
Mm.
off new.
Mm.
So yeah, I do like to try and do like a whole range of videos
Mm.
where like in the comments and always thinking that where am I going to go next, what am I going to do next and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. People want to see you do more things. But it
yeah,
also seems like you're a person who enjoys to do a lot of things. Like you do football or enjoy football, and you run quite a lot. Do you want to talk about running? You run very long, don't you? I'm very impressed.
yeah. So I have I've done a lot of running events.
Mm,
I have done a full marathon before, and I have done
mm,
a half, and then I have done other events as well. And I feel that's really helped me as well because I do I do like to go to like a lot of running clubs,
mm,
which is a good way to meet people and make friends. And when if you are training for like a running event, you're able to train with other people as well instead of maybe running on your own.
mm,
You gotta be people to train with. So I really like running, and I found out as well that it does actually help me stammer
mm.
because as to do with the breathing, if I'm running next to someone and talking to them, I do find it a lot more easier. So I think it's because my mind is focused on the running and
Mm,
it's focused on the breathing.
mm.
So it's helping me get my words out more easier. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's super interesting. And as you know, I'm a breath work and meditation teacher. And so I'm really interested in all of those things as well, because I do find that with every single one of us, we kind of, as normally say, I think that we spend so much time in our heads. And a lot of the work that I do is to help people to like connect to their body. It's almost like we need to land inside the body.
Yeah.
And so I think that that makes a lot of sense, because if you're only in your head, then you're winding your nervousness up. It's like it doesn't really help you. And once you get your energy moving by running, and you kind of you have to use your body, then you're removing yourself from those kind of tricky thoughts or nervousness, and just speaking from your body, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because I definitely do feel like when I go into situations where uh, I'm feeling a bit nervous or uh, I might be not feeling the most confident,
Hmm.
then I do tend to struggle more because I think it's because I'm already thinking that my stamps are quite bad.
Hmm.
So I feel like I'm already going into it where I'm not I'm not really ready for it yet. I need to feel more relaxed but I do think doing like a few minutes of meditation
Hmm.
before going into something I think will really help.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so as well. And obviously that's why I do what I do now full time, because I see that it helps so many people. I think that we've created a world where we almost think that we have to be a certain way. And my experience is that when we start to just relax more, which we can do in so many ways, like, for example, running is a wonderful way to relax the body and release all the happier hormones like endorphins and dopamine. Obviously, that creates a reaction in the body that helps us relax. And the same thing can happen, for example, through doing breathing exercises and sitting down to meditate once a day or a couple of times a week. It lowers our stress, and what happens is that we actually don't care that much anymore about whether or not we're doing the right or wrong thing. We just remember really that we're here to just be ourselves. And I think that your videos inspire us to remember that.
Yeah, that's what I do like to show in my videos. Yeah, that I want people to be able to go out there and not having to think that they have got a stammer or they're not the most confident.
Hmm.
I want to inspire people to think that they will be able to do it and everything
Mm.
will be all right. And even if it doesn't go right, I still try and get the positives out of it, that
Mm.
still manage to go there and give it a go.
Yeah.
And maybe in the next place that you go, it will
Mm.
be a good experience.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like, I don't know that exactly, but it looks like you're just you're posting also when you don't feel like you did your best,
Mm.
but you post it anyway, isn't it? Or is
Yeah.
that the case?
Yeah, because with some drafty videos, uh, sometimes uh, I feel like I'm going through that day where I'm finding it a bit hard, and I did struggle a bit more,
Mm.
but I still like to show that. I still like to post it still. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that's really good. I'm curious, is it so that on days when you're more maybe tired or you experience something that you're sad about or down about, does that, or do you stammer more on the days where you're tired or things like that? Or is that not the case?
I think that can affect it, yeah.
Mm.
And I think it's to do with, like, if the past few days been like hard work and I'm thinking about stuff, or I
Mm.
might be feeling a bit stressed out, or
Mm.
maybe I'm nervous about something. So that can maybe make it a bit more harder for me, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, but the reason I'm asking that is that the reality is that we have good days and bad days. That's what it's like to, you know,
Yeah.
be human. And it's almost like, I think I wish that we would express that more, that we could actually say to someone, like we say to our friends, we might say, oh, today I'm having a bad day. But we could do that even more, we could open up even more in small conversations. And then that gives, I think sometimes we stop ourselves from being honest because we don't want to bother someone else. But again, as I said earlier as well, what your videos shows is that when we are actually just open about how we're finding it difficult, people want to support us. People are not,
Yeah.
they're not they're not negative in any way. Your comment section shows that people are so supportive.
Yeah, I do always like to go through the comments as much as I can do, and it it really helps me, like the way that I feel. Like,
Mm.
if I've been finding it hard that day,
Mm.
then I can just look through the comments and it helps me feel more better. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I think we've got a lot to learn from that, every single one of us.
Yeah.
And when you've done runs, you've also collected money for charity, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Yeah. I do. I do help a charity called Action for STEM with Children charity.
Hmm.
So I do like, I do like to get in touch with them and say that uh, I would like to support them in any way I can do, and that's uh, that's the reason why as well that I want to find a way to help them. So that's when I thought that I liked getting into running, and
Hmm.
when I do a marathon or half a marathon, I, I, I do get support from that.
Hmm.
I do like to get the charity involved as well. Yeah.
Hmm. So what are the things that they do for people who have a stammer, or it is specifically children who have a stammer, maybe?
Yeah. So they like they like to do they like to do a lot of phone calls with families and
Hmm.
to help with their parents and to talk about the support with their son and daughter, and they're able to tell them all about what different speech therapies would help, and this just having that person to talk to uh,
Hmm.
about it all. So they just like they just like to help the children and might find it hard when they're young,
Hmm.
and as they get older, because they've had that support from the charity,
Hmm.
they they will find it a lot more easier. So I I think they just try and start as soon as possible, yeah,
Hmm.
and to get the support out there for people.
Hmm. Yeah. I think that also what's really good about social media, and you've got many, many followers on TikTok, 1 million now. And, there's so many young people out there. And I'm sometimes a bit skeptical of how we're spending so much time on social media. But
Yeah,
the really good thing, again, is that we can connect, and you're reaching probably so many young kids as well who will now be training their nervous system to get across and start building confidence the way that you've done quite recently through social media. But do you want to talk a little bit about how it was growing up? Like, did you do speech therapy when you grew up, or was it as available? Is it more available now?
yes, I did go to speech therapy. Um, it was quite hard to understand when I was really young.
Mm.
I, I probably were I probably wasn't like taking it in as much. and know what's going on. So there was a period where I weren't having speech therapy, and I would I was just trying to get the support from my family and friends.
Mm.
And then I did go back to speech therapy again for a little bit, and a really good way how they did it, because I joined one where they made it into a group
Mm.
where you was able to meet other people that have a stammer, because when I was younger and I was going through school, I didn't know anyone else that had a stammer, so
Mm.
it made me feel like, why am I finding it hard to talk
Mm.
when everyone else is having no problem? So
Mm.
I I weren't able to find someone that's same as me, and especially because social media wasn't really a thing back then, and I wasn't able to really find videos where people are the same as me. So it's, it's it did take me quite a long time to meet someone who was the same as me. So I think that speech therapy, when they put us all together, really helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. And can I ask, how old were you when that happened?
I was uh, I was like 16, 17.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Um, have you been surprised, or, I mean, I've seen already that there have been other, like through your profile, I've seen other people be open about their stammer as well. But were you in any way surprised by how many other people out there with a stammer after you started posting, or did you expect that?
Well, I was thinking that it was really good to see that a lot more people, are sharing their experiences, and they want to help with the awareness. So I would like to keep on seeing more people
Hmm.
if they want to start making social media videos to share their experiences,
Hmm.
because I feel like the more people that do it, it will keep on helping with the awareness out there more.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that you and I kind of share something because we both like to encourage people to do the things that they want to and not let their fear stop them. And when I talk on my social media or in the podcast, I really like to talk about fear and love, because I think that they're really two opposing things. And the way I explain it is that, so I think a lot of people are not actually aware that they're holding fear. We're not maybe thinking that we're afraid, but what I normally say is that inside the brain and inside the body and our nervous system, our body can't really tell the difference between just stress and fear. So, 100 years ago or 200 years ago, we were living amongst wild animals, or not even longer ago. We were living amongst wild animals, so there'll be other dangers physically around us much more than there is today. So that's kind of where our nervous system is created for, to keep us safe. But I think a lot of people are not actually aware that that's the exact same system firing, and when we're just stressed or we feel intimidated, and when we start to listen to those thoughts of that that can be coming out as, who am I to do this, or am I good enough, or I should have been better in this thing that I'm doing, that's the way that we're actually seeing the fear. But I think a lot of people are not aware that those thoughts aren't actually real, shouldn't actually be listening to that. That's just the nervous system trying to keep us safe. So for example, with you, as in the past, you might be, avoiding starting a conversation and just letting your family speak for you, for example. You had to work with those thoughts. You had to actively probably tell yourself it's going to be fine. Like, is there anything that, can you recognize that sequence? Is that something that you did? Did you tell yourself, I'm going to be all right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Because I did miss out on a lot when I was younger, because I just thought to myself that I don't have the confidence, and I was just thinking that I didn't want to be around a group of people. So I do like to say to myself now that when I do go places, that I'll be all right, and I just try and start. I try and start to get myself to feel confident and to think about all the support that I get in the comments. I do like to go back to that and think about that, and all the videos and places that I've been to. So I feel like that really helps me a lot.
And that's a really good point, Sam, because what you're saying there is that now you're starting to get the evidence, and if we have a lot of fear and anxiety and stress, we start, we have the loop inside of our head that tells us it's dangerous to do these things. But actually, what you're describing there is that you've done it now, and you see the evidence that it's going to be all right, and it's actually going to be really beautiful and wonderful. So you've come to a point where you can actually tell yourself, well, the reality is that it's going really well. But
Yeah.
I think that it's good to mention, because when we're stuck there in the negative loop and we haven't got the evidence yet, for example, if people want to kind of start something, like create something or build something or sell something, or even just show up at, someone wants to learn to dance, so they want to show up at a dance lesson, but they're stopping themselves because they've got so much anxiety about it. I think it's good to talk about the fact that those are just thoughts and you will get the evidence. But in the meantime, it's almost like that buffer in between where we have to really work with ourselves and create that reality.
Yeah, because with like going to a dance class, I know that a lot of them people have been probably going for a long time, and they're already used to like the routines that they do. And with it being my first time going, uh, uh, I know that I might find it hard, and It might take me a bit longer to know the moves and to know the routine, but I'm still showing that I'm just doing my best with it, and that's all I can do. Just uh, uh, to make sure that I'm always having fun as well. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the most important. And that's really good to see. Like you seem to really be enjoying the things that you're doing, even if, you might be nervous. You're really enjoying it. And I think we also forget that we should be enjoying ourselves. We work so hard and we do so many things that we have to do, but we should be doing things just to enjoy ourselves as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and uh, I just want to keep on getting out there more
Hmm.
to help people to think that if they really want to join something,
Hmm.
then they might just have to push yourself and challenge yourself a bit
Hmm.
just to get through that first stage of
Hmm.
meeting everyone there,
Hmm.
and then once it comes to the end, then you can decide if you want to go back or
Hmm.
maybe maybe you think like it wasn't for you,
Hmm.
but at least like you've gone and tried it. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. That like you're showing that it doesn't really matter that much. You know, you can
yeah,
you'll figure it out anyway.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there specific things that you say to yourself if there's things or maybe in the past when you hadn't gone and done so many new things? Like were there specific things you said to your inner voice?
I've definitely said to myself that um, I wish that I did go there and did it, because sometimes where if you didn't go and do if you didn't go and do something, then like when it finishes later on, you might see on social media like a video or pictures of everyone having a really good time there,
Mm.
and you think to yourself like you should have gone,
Mm.
or you would have liked it. So
Mm.
I did used to think that. Yeah.
Mm. Like I shared with you, Sam, before we went recording this podcast, just to get to know each other a little bit. I shared with you that when I was younger, I did a lot of different things. I was a dancer and I was singing and I liked to be really creative. But when I um, became a little bit older, I started studying because I wanted to become an architect. And that was really great. And I'm really grateful for that. But what happened was I kind of forgot about all the other things that I liked to do and that gave me a lot of joy. And I think that, especially for people our age, we see that a lot, that people get so focused on their job. And that's only natural because we have to make a living. But what I see in your content that I feel like talks to me a lot is that you try so many different things. And I think it's really important to say that to people out there, that I think a lot of the times, one, we stop ourselves because we think we're not going to be any good at it. So it's like kind of like, what's the point? And the other thing is that we want to start doing something. Maybe we want to start posting on social media, but we're like, we think that we don't see the road. Maybe we want to make money of social media, which a lot of people want to do, but we don't see how the road is to get there. Or we want to start painting, for example, but I don't have the skills, and I won't be as good as someone that I'm comparing myself with. That was a long way of saying, I think that it's so important to tell people that shouldn't be stopping themselves. And what I've seen with the work that I've done as well, like I would have had no idea a few years ago that I'd be having a podcast and speaking to you. I could have never imagined, but I'm so glad that I changed my life around and made some choices and did the things that I really love, because it's led me to this. And I'm sure that you have like a similar experience, that you would have never have thought these things would happen.
Yeah, like I would never thought that I would be able to do podcasts with people, because I know that it does involve where you do have to answer a lot of questions, and there's a lot of talking involved. So I'm really happy that I just keep on saying yes to opportunities. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. We can both look back and be happy that we did the things that we wanted.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And is there any, are there any dreams that you have that, I mean, that's a very personal question, but is there anything that you would like to share that you are dreaming of, or like anything that you like to do in your life that you're looking forward to starting on?
Well, I definitely, I would like to keep on doing even more experiences that I've not done yet.
Mm.
And I recently did a video where I got invited into a school, and the students had questions for me. So I maybe might want to go into that a bit more
Yeah.
and get more confident in like the public speaking type of way, talking in front of a large group of people. So
Hmm.
I'd like to keep on getting better with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen you do other podcasts as well, and you're really doing great. Yeah. Um, I always ask my guests at the end of every podcast to take a moment to speak directly to the listeners, because my experience is that I've asked questions, but really I'm interested in hearing you speak from your heart. And if there's anything that you would like to share. So if you can take a moment, and what would you say to anyone listening?
I would like to say that don't be afraid to challenge yourself and to go out your comfort zone, because I know that it can be hard to do that.
Hmm.
And just try and enjoy every single moment that you do, and always take the positives out of everything. And just feel really proud of yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Thank you so much for sharing that, Sam. I sometimes or many times I think about the fact that we are so many people on this planet, 8 billion people, and how crazy it is that not two of us are the same.
Mm.
And so something that saddens me is when people don't realize how beautiful they are just by being themselves. And something that makes me really happy is when I see people open their hearts, open up and really connect. And I really have to say, Sam, that watching your videos have made me cry several times because I'm just so taken by how beautiful your heart is.
Yeah, I just want to keep on helping people as much as I can do, yeah.
I think you're just also so kind. It shines through your videos that you're so kind. And I think that sometimes it's hard to be kind to other people because our inner dialogue is so strict. We're talking so strictly to ourselves, and we're actually being quite mean because we don't have a way of talking to ourselves that is nice. So then it's hard to be nice to other people. But you inspire me so much because of your kindness. And I really just have to say that again. So inspiring.
I would also like to say the same thing to you as well, that it's really good to see that everything that you do to help people and to help people feel relaxed and calm and to really focus on the breathing more. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sam. I wonder if that's like our joint message for the day, is to say to
Yeah.
people, like, from my point of view, be kind. That's such a underrated maybe focus, you know? Like, just be kind. And I think I like to think of it also as, if we imagine the image of throwing a stone into water, and the circles that are being created, the ripple effect of the things that we do. And I strongly believe that we don't always see the proof right away. Like, even if we smile
Yeah.
at someone on the street, like, they might not smile back because they're in the middle of thinking a worried thought, but maybe that actually warmed their heart. Maybe they actually were really, oh, that was really nice. That person smiled at me. So I think it's like that. Yeah. No, I'm really, really excited that we got to have this conversation. I'm
Yeah.
really excited for you. And I'm really excited that we get to share this podcast with people. And I hope that every listener feels a little bit inspired today to go after their dream. And I just want to say to the listeners that even if there's many people doing the exact same thing already that you're dreaming of, won't be anyone doing it exactly the way you are doing it. So please don't stop yourself.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you for having me on, and it's been really nice talking to you.
Yeah, likewise. I hope we get to do this again, Sam, and maybe in real life as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you, Sam, and thank you to all the listeners. I hope that you have been inspired today, and you can find Sam's profile in the show notes of this podcast. And you can also subscribe to this channel and follow the podcast if you enjoyed what you heard today. Thank you so much.